it's like computational genomics at like a quantum state where you're like reviewing multiple genomes at like very tiny scales, right?
Yes.
Also,
And
one
so
more thing.
everything has to be self-similar. So the terminal is only going to deal with data. It's only going to deal with raw data. There's no files. Okay. Everything is just raw data to the machine. And so the same is also true for quantum computation. It's just going to be looking at raw data.
Okay.
And then it makes a guess that happens to be very accurate.
Just because, like, okay, so we were talking about this user interface where we're like something like Alexa, but like more user friendly, right?
Well,
Like,
that's later. Okay. That's second
okay.
renaissance. Okay. What you're talking about is my plan for the greatest game ever created by human beings. And yes, that's the objective of that software, because this particular idea that you're talking about, an Alexa basically, or a Siri that doesn't suck, will be us. The machine won't actually know that the input isn't coming from itself, in the same way that we don't question our own thoughts. Do my thoughts come from me? Nobody questions that. We know that our thoughts are our own and they're discrete. So the machine, or the second renaissance of the future, right? It won't know that it's an artificial intelligence. It will think that it's us. And that's what's necessary to be able to create a faster than light navigation console, is because you need a human, but you need a human that is able to do things that regular humans currently can't do. And this is the beginning of that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I got that. Also, Sanchit had a question. Sanchit is Lauren Sanchit is a replacement for Damodaran, I'd say. Like for a very short while, I'll talk to him about that later. But yeah, he had a doubt about what extra work you're talking about, Kevin. So he says
What
that
extra work? What do you mean?
extra work as in like he's seen IBM. Sanchit, would you like to ask the question?
While you talked about the setting up the quantum algorithms, quantum ML algorithms, I think, and while you were talking about qubits and stuff, I think you mentioned that today currently the programmers have to do extra work, some extra work.
Yes, there's a lot of extra work involved.
So I am a programmer, but I haven't programmed in QML interface, but I've seen it in action from IBM. So would you like to tell me what sort of extra work is required?
Okay, so like, do you know a whole lot about object-oriented programming?
Yeah, somewhat you can say.
So when you're an object-oriented programmer, okay, and you use object-oriented language, you can produce a solution. It's cheap, it's easy, it's fast, right? But there's a lot of problems, and so there's a lot of bugs, etc. All right.
Yeah.
So what we need is pure functional programming for quantum machines.
Okay.
Nobody thinks in pure functional code. You see? Okay. Extra work. Extra work. So the people that are currently using QML, they're not doing the extra work. Most of them aren't doing the extra work. Or if they are, they're getting marginal results. We're going to get the best results every time.
So you're saying that functional programming is like mostly preferred over OOPS, object-oriented programming languages.
I mean, functional programming is the closest to what Turing and Church talked about in their thesis, linear algebra, if you will.
Okay.
And it's basically a Turing machine within a Turing machine. I mean, the CPU itself is designed to interface as a kind of Turing machine. And so the NDFA acts as a Turing machine within that Turing machine. It has its own bits that it's made up out of. It can improve its code, but then it has to be able to get rid of certain parts of itself and so on. And this is very, very important, because in order to get the best results from a quantum machine, it needs to be able to do the things that most humans are not willing to do, like I mentioned, the extra work.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did that answer your questions?
Yep.
Was that helpful? Do you not understand?
Yes. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad I'm doing a good job.
Anyways, I suppose that's it. I mean, I don't really have a lot of questions because I need to study a lot to have questions in the first place. But yeah, I suppose that was it. Thanks a lot, Kevin. I'll reach out to you if I have any more questions.
Lambda calculus, right? Lambda calculus was what they were talking about. It's a pure functional programming language, right? And that's sort of the idea. Lambda, Lambda calculus, or algebras, actually, believe it or not, that are going to be very similar to lambda calculus. And the reason for this is because it's everything that you're doing in a computer anyway is just extrapolation of angles and geometry of the electromagnetic wave energy that's occurring in real time. You see? Now, does everything kind of make sense and line up now?
Wait a second. So lambda calculus is the algebra you were talking about, the 4D algebra the other day.
Well, no. Lambda calculus was what Alonzo Church and Alan Turing were talking about. But the 4G algebra is what we're going to be using, but in a very lambda calculus-like way, okay? And that's why linoleum is so important. That's why linoleum is so important, is because it gives us the tools so that we can reuse the microcode and those PLCs that run the registers in a way so that when we encode the lambda, okay, that language that runs entirely purely functional and mathematical, because everything that we're plugging in is all just going to be formulae. Everything is formulae. Everything that we want the machine to do is all just formulae. It's just a geometry. That's it. Or it's the detection of the circuit. So EIR, current, voltage, resistance, Ohm's law. And the same is true all the way down to the quantum level. If we're going to be using a qubit, how do we best get the accuracy to our upspin, downspin, et cetera? Well, we need to still be able to calculate EIR. We still need to be able to look at how much current is going in and how much current is going out. So that's why we need 4-dimensional perspective, because from a 3-dimensional perspective, we say, okay, we're giving an input, we have the machine, it's doing the thing, and we're getting an output. But there's a lot of other things to consider. There's the friction in the machine, you see, because the machine isn't completely frictionless and free of flaws. We mentioned this last time we talked.
The potholes.
So it's like load balance. It's load balancing. That's right. It's like a self-regulating, self-aware, right? Self-similar, etc. Okay. Make more sense?
Yeah, sort of. I still don't get the logic of acids, but it's just like ionization, right?
Okay. Let's look at it a different way, right? To be able to guess, what do? We take information that we know, and then we have this unknown factor, okay? Right? And so then we try to factorize and we try to figure out, okay, so can we compare what we know to this thing that we don't know? And then we combine information with what we do know, and we hope to get the right answer. Now, we don't always right, are we? But we can get a very, very close approximation, and that allows us a great deal of accuracy. And currently, there isn't really a real software that anybody's designed or made to compare and combine information. And in a very real way, this interface is going to do exactly that.
Basically, if you're comparing and combining information, there are many algorithms which learn from themselves and take the data. So how is this going to be any different?
Because it's going to decide which algorithm to use and which one is going to work best. Kind of like running its own scientific experiment. It's going to have a hypothesis, a guess.
Okay, so the extra human effort that we need to put into decide what algorithm we need to put to get an action into running, that'll be automated.
No, it's like beautiful code. When you program beautiful code, I remember reading an article about a guy who made this really incredible software, that was like 2 megabytes, and it did this amazing thing for this company. And so when he was describing how he programmed it, is he just put in everything, and then he had this algorithm at the end that reordered everything after he programmed it. Instead of wasting time giving individual instructions for each thing, he just gave one single instruction at the bottom, and it reorganized everything, and it made it all work, right? And that's really kind of our objective here, is we're going to put all this information, all of these formulae, all of these algorithms, and then we're going to say, okay, then, if this, then that, right? At the very end. And then it will be able to figure it out on its own. Perceivably. I mean, if we can do it, then so can the machine. And that's the beauty behind a Turing machine, is that it's capable of doing anything that we're capable of doing as long as we do it right.
Okay.
Learning well, what just explain I think what is that machine learning? Just one sentence, maybe.
Well, the terminal is nothing more than a programmer. That's what it is. I mean, we're talking about comparator and combinator, right? So what we're doing is we're writing a programmer that's very discrete. It writes its own code in real time.
Yeah.
We put in code, it revises the code, it makes it better, and then executes.
Sounds great.
But yeah, that's enough information for today, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any more
That's-
questions?
I don't think so.
Did I answer everybody's questions?
Yep.
I just joined today, so I'll have to go through a lot of material and then I'll come back with a lot of questions, I guess.
Wonderful. Yeah, have you read the white paper yet?
Yeah, Bhumika called me and I just joined for 5 minutes. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You see if you can't get him a copy of the white paper so he can take a look.
Yeah, I did share the Reddit link in the GC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
I'll
white
just-
paper is just the first page. And then of course the additional articles are more information. And I've made it into an analogy. So if you have questions about the analogy or you don't understand, I tried to put it in simple English so that a lay person can understand.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you for
Oh, you're so very
joining.
welcome.
Thanks. Well, it was honor to us that you joined.
Yep.
What did she say?
She's saying that it's an honor that he's joined.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am honored.
Anyways,
So, if there's anything that anyone would like to add,
yeah, or like should we end the meeting or something? Sanshit, if you'd like to like stay back for like 5 minutes after this meeting ends, that'd be awesome.
Sure.
Awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, Lauren also it'd be awesome. Have a great day, Kevin. You'll be like,
You too. Have a wonderful day, guys.
yeah, the day just started, and here it's what? Yeah,
12:30.
it's 12. Yeah, 12:30. 12:30. Anyways,
And he
yeah.
left.
Yeah, he left. Acha, do you understand why I was organized?
Yeah, some topics, since I am from computer science background, so I knew about some of them and some of them I didn't. So yeah,
It was more
he's a
like,
pretty good guy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is why I wanted Arya to join in.
But yeah, there's a like I didn't understand what exactly the problem he was trying to solve because he
I said,
tried to address 2-3 problems in whatever he talked.
yeah, sure. I mean, I can give you a briefing. Essentially, what we're doing is we're taking part in this competition called Q Hack. You're aware of it, right? Yeah. So he's like,
No, I'm not aware of it. I have materialistic or software developer side hacks, hackathons. They keep coming to me.
So Q Hack is a QML hackathon contest, whatever you wanna call it. The details haven't been like uploaded
yet,
yet. Yeah, but
Mhm.
then we're just working on what we can work on. So what we're thinking is ki make a user-friendly, low-level language like UI for like a normal programmer to access a quantum machine.
so Sanshit, you want to join to our team? You are really welcome. You want? It's great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's one reason I actually wanted you and Arya to join in.
Well,
I am 100% sure that Arya is the right person who can join in because he knows about quantum bits, qubits, and everything, almost everything related to
I
quantum.
don't
Yeah, I mean
think that
he can work on the math and all this. But yeah, sorry, Lauren.
I don't think that he's interested in because like he has lots of things going on. He won't have time to wait for that. But maybe if you want to join, Monica, can you send him an invite?
Yeah, I'll send him an invite. I'll probably throw a Damodar in for that matter. And we still have what? How many people do we have in our team right now?
We have 7, I guess. Like
Yeah, 7, right? So
Or
if we remove the Motherin, we'll still have 2 more spaces left. So we can take Sanchit and Arya at the same time.
we can remove you. Who is inactive in group? Like
we already have 7 people.
Yeah.
the limit is like 8. But
Yeah, the limits like, and also the guy that we're throwing out is a classical machine learning expert. So you better like be do good at it.
so who can we pick out? I don't know.
The
You want
mod. Okay, I was saying the Motorin, but he's like good at ML. So just if you have any other friends who are like useless and who are like not even active, you can throw one out.
to- three
I
of
want
my
to get an
friends.
insight on that idea so that I can figure out whether I'm good for this project or not.
So we're just creating a what I'm saying, right? A linoleum like uh what is this? Yeah,
Meeting timer.
you know linoleum, right?
LINOLEUM, right?
I'll share it.
If
Wow.
it's related to quantum stuff, I don't know. I seriously don't know anything about quantum, except for the fact that qubits exist in various forms and can exist in multiple states at the same time.
Okay, yeah, that's
The
something.
only thing I'm passionate about quantum, like quantum supercomputers, is the fact that the classic ML algorithms need to be figured out and need to be reconstructed for quantum computers. So I want to work in that side.
Excuse me? Just a second. Huh.
You have heard about classic ML algorithms, right? Linear regression, logistic regression, vector auto regression. You have heard about these algorithms, supervised learning, right?
Probably.
Thoda
See
sa.
the I mean I had a lecture. I probably made a mind map too, but I didn't read a lot.
So those are the classic ML algorithms that every beginner understands from scratch in order to get into ML stuff. Okay.
Hmm.
So the algorithms differ when we get into the quantum world for quantum supercomputers and for quantum ML stuff. The algorithms are different. There are different algorithms. So I want to work along that line so that I create an interface where each and every algorithm that we use in the classical machine learning world, normal world, is
Yeah,
also computed in the quantum world.
that's exactly what he's trying to do.
Nah, I don't think so because I have heard it from the top IBM mentor and it was entirely different.
I mean, I don't know. That's what he says. I don't know. The point being, I don't get like half of it. So it's more like, yeah, ha 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 ha. आ रहा है, थोड़ा बहुत आ रहा है, जो भी आ रहा है, जैसा भी आ रहा है. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. That's what we're doing right now. But yeah, he was like, the frame of reference should be time. We create a low level language. We try to keep it as concise as possible, and then we create a good UI so that normal programmers can access these
A
quantum
question,
computers. Yeah,
when is this event going to start?
I don't know,
And
somewhere in February, I suppose. 17 and 26th
somewhere
of
in
February.
February. And I think it might be having some deadlines and stuff.
December,
So
Uh,
what is
17,
expected?
17 to 26th of February.
uh,
Uh,
we will get
uh, uh,
email
I didn't get the mail.
15 or 17. It will start in 17 months. There will be online education for 10 days, I guess, that I explained, till the 26th of the February. So we have time for it.
we have time, but we have very less time according to the size of project that we are considering.
I don't know. First
Yeah.
of all, we need to dig up what we need to do.
This is 4 times bigger than a normal e-commerce site, and a not typical e-commerce site takes me around 4 months to code.
No, that is what I'm saying, right? The fundamentals that he wants to use, that's Linoleum. Linoleum is a spreadsheet based. I'll share the link. Do you have the link to Linoleum, Lauren?
I searched linoleum on Google and it says me there's some linoleum paint or something.
Yeah, I don't remember the spelling. That's what the problem here is.
I will share a link to him.
It's a
Again.
floor covering
Yeah,
linoleum.
I there's like a very I don't know. It's a weird spelling. I'd say.
Milk filled with dates. Weird.
Uh,
Classic
No,
Indian.
Sharon.
Shit.
So this meeting is going to end in 5 minutes, by the way.
I think we'll be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bhumika.
That's be all. Yeah. I don't want to waste any more time. Too.
Yeah, I have to code a website. So yeah, I don't want to waste it. And I have to give a homepage by tomorrow morning.
Wait a second. So you're coding from like scratch? Like from the
Nah.
very root though?
Using custom JS and jQuery index. So yeah, it takes time. Okay, so there was some NO there.
I suppose this is it. And if this is not
Any
it,
nowhere. Any nowhere. Seriously.
what?
Site का नाम क्या है?
This is the
This site can't
frame.
be reached.
This is a frame set of. Yeah, it's a non-secure site. It's a low-level programming language, but like with
Okay, I'll
better
start it on-
UI, better UI than
I'll start it
Python.
on Tor.
Chrome पे चला ना? कितनी
हम
फायरवॉल
Brave पे
है?
चलाते हैं.
बे कितनी फायरवॉल है?
बहुत लगाते हैं. हमारा दो हो चुका है. 2 बार लीक हो चुका है ईमेल एड्रेस. एक.
You talking Indian?
Sorry. My email address has been exposed twice in scams.
Okay, no problem.
So yeah, that is why I'm really, really secure. And you can't bypass me. Never ever think of doing that.
You really want me? Yeah, ठीक है. I'll try. You don't want to try me on that one.
We'll
So
see. I'm not like Suraj.
just send me your email, by the way, okay? I need to edit my response to
Can't hear you, Lauren.
hackathon if you want to join.
Okay, so Linoleum Universal Dual Group.
I just say to Sanshit that I will be waiting for your email address to edit my response to hackathon document.
She'll be waiting for my email to participate in this hackathon, I think.
Yeah. So you just share your email address. You know what? I'll share your email address. Do I have your email address?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Really?
But if you want, I can add you clarify if right.
No,
What's
not clarify address, please. Please.
Also, do you know, like, Sanjay, Zoom is not the most secure place to have conversations, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I can very literally, like, get your mailing details using Zoom.
Try me.
Don't want to do
WhatsApp
that.
more than WhatsApp, I think.
Don't want to do that to me.
I'll just text you my email address, Lauren.
Okay,
Arey,
just
I'll tell
text me
his
them.
email address to you.
No, you can
Go on.
Yeah, no, just give me 5.
And you have to tell me the source from where you found out.
Or whatever.
That's
No. Nah. I'm not telling you the source. You'll erase it, obviously.
Nah. If you take it from LinkedIn, it makes sense because I have it there. Yeah.
I say have it on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
Got it. Sanchit Jan 2003.
Hmm.
Why do you put all your contact details? I don't even put like all my contact details on
I
there.
haven't put all of my contact details.
Lauren, use Sanchit Jan 200327 instead.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't remember having Sanchit Jan 200327. Yeah, I think I mentioned somewhere. Yeah.
It's your Google Doc.
You have mentioned that before, I remember one time, but not this one.
So less than a minute left. It was great talking to you all. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye. That was for Bhumika.
Send me the
What
recording.
exactly was that? It got like hid in the virtual background.
So yeah, I don't want to show. Bye.
What was it again?
Send me the recording of the meeting. Okay.
Excuse me?
Can you send me the recording of the meeting?
Yeah, sure. I didn't record it completely, but yeah, I'll share the recording.
Okay, that would be great.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye bye.